Hello, and this is a first video in a brand new series I'm starting called Create a Card Series. And in this series, I'll be showing cards that I created for Magic fan websites. Most of them are forums, and most of the Magic websites I go to, they'll have some sort of create a card contest and things like that. And I'm not as good as the other people at creating the cards. These people are really got a lot of artistic talent. When they make their cards, they really go all out, make them look like a real Magic card. I'm not able to do all that, so I've kind of went generic here. I'm just gonna show a card just so you get the idea of what it's looks like, but it's really I don't have any art or anything. I just have a big light white blank picture there, so you have to use your imagination and imagine something's cool is in that picture. And some of these cards I'll be showing off, I really never came up with a good name for them. So a lot of these cards I'll probably just have a generic name just to kind of give you an idea what they do. For instance, this card I'm showing today is a card simply call Flame. Obviously, it's going to be a burn card, and I haven't really thought of what to name the card. I just kind of gave give a generic name to show you guys what it does. And I've actually never showed this on the internet before. Most of the cards I'll be putting on these videos are cards I've posted on the internet already once before, and I'll let you know as I post each card what the normal response was for that card. For this card, though, I've never posted it anywhere, so your comments on this card will be the very first response I'll ever hear. So as you can see, this is a red card, and for the time being we're going to call it Flame. It is an instant. The mana cost is 1 colorless and 1 red, so it's got a converted mana cost of 2. And here's what the spell does. It says, Flame deals 4 minus X damage to target creature or player, where X is equal to the number of cards named Flame that are removed from the game. If Flame would be put in your graveyard from anywhere, remove it from the game instead. Now, from looking at this card, what you can pretty much figure out is, assuming you have 4 of these in your deck, the first time you cast it, it does 4 damage. Second time you cast it, it does 3. Third time it does 2, and the last time you cast it, it only does 1. So the very first time you cast it, it's a really good spell. The last time you cast it, it's a really bad spell, and because of that, it may even want if they ever did print a card similar to this, some people may argue they wouldn't run 4, they would only run maybe 1 or 2 in their deck. But then again, if you only run 1 or 2 in a deck, then you lower your chances of drawing it. So it's kind of a weird card. My inspiration for this card was, I remember look, I got a fat pack to one of the Kamigawa sets a long time ago. I forget which one, and they were talking about the epic ability on some of the cards, and their explanation for creating the epic ability was they wanted to create a sorcery and instance that had basically the legendary ability, but because they instantly go into the graveyard after the cast, it doesn't make sense to make them legendary. So instead, they came up with this epic ability, and I thought that's kind of a sorry excuse. There's plenty of ways to make cards that are sorceries or instants a legendary. Basically, you make them do something different the first time. You make them do something different the first time they cast than they do what the spell would do the rest of the game. So as you can see with this spell, it changes every time you cast it. And this can get interesting too, because if they ever did make a card like this and your 2 people are playing a burn deck and your opponent's got it, it'll count all the spells that have been removed from the game named Flame. So if both players have it, then it's a race to see who can cast them first and stick the other player with basically useless spells in their hand. Okay, this is one of my favorite spells I've created in a while. I've created this, I think, about a year ago. And if there's any spells similar to this already made, I'm not aware of it, mostly because I don't know all the cards that have been printed by Magic, and there's so many cards, I've never looked at them all. So there could be something similar to this already, and if there is, then I apologize. I don't want to take credit for stealing someone else's idea, but as far as I know, there's nothing like this ever been made. And And I don't know. I kind of like it. I don't know if it should be a common, an uncommon, or a rare. I'll let you guys comment on it. And I want you guys to tell me what you think. If you think it's a good idea or bad idea, give me some good criticism or honest, constructive criticism. And I also want to encourage people to make video responses showing cards that they've created for Magic. Um, of course, none of these, are serious. They're all just for fun. And if you can't do a video, just do something in the comments section instead.